Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss short-term rentals within Kelowna. When we're working with clients who are looking to invest in Kelowna specifically for short-term rentals, a lot of the questions that come up are what buildings and what areas allow short-term rentals within Kelowna. So I will show you the exact buildings and the areas that allow short-term rentals in Kelowna and other questions that you may have, and I'll point you in the right direction, what websites to go to, and what resources to use when you're searching for your short-term rental. And just quickly before we get into the video, my name is James Roffel. I'm a realtor here in Kelowna. So if you are looking to buy, sell, or you just have other questions around this video or anything to do with real estate in Kelowna, I'd be happy to help. My information is down below. Call me, email me. There is also a link down below where you can book an actual appointment with me as well. All right, so let's just pretend you're starting your search for a short-term rental in Kelowna. Where do you start? Other than looking for the actual units themselves, of course, go on realtor.ca, sites like that, obviously, to find the actual unit. But where do you find the actual bylaws and other things like that associated around short-term rentals? And the answer to that question is Kelowna.ca. So this is Kelowna.ca. This is the City of Kelowna's website. So in order to find the short-term rental section of this website, simply go to Business Services, Permits and Licenses, Short-term Rentals. There we go. And you're going to want to find, well, read through this stuff here, but you're going to want to, the main thing you're going to want to look at is the short-term rental operator's guidebook. So click on that. You can download it if you want and just go through it here. So I'll just quickly go through this and then get into the main section of this video, which is what buildings actually pertain to short-term rentals. So what is a short-term rental what does it mean in Kelowna? Different areas will have different definitions. So if you're looking in a different city, it'll be could be a different definition. Even between Kelowna and West Kelowna, it would be slightly different. There'll be slightly different bylaws and things like that. So what is a short-term rental? A short-term rental is the rental of any dwelling unit or bedroom for periods of 29 days or less. Operators must follow rules and regulations to legally rent residences on a short-term basis. All right, so why regulate? I'm not going to read all this. It'd be pointless. You can read it yourself or download this as well. Main thing here, eligibility. So if you're thinking about purchasing a single family home, maybe you live in Vancouver, you're looking to purchase a single family home to rent out as a short-term rental, that cannot be done. So you have to be the principal residence of that home where you live for at least 8 months per year. Now, there are 3 exemption areas to this. Short-term rentals as a principal use, so principally rented out short-term. Short-term rentals as principal use with a 6-month restriction, so half the year is rented principal use, half the year someone lives in it. Short-term rentals as principal use permitted, non-conforming. So these are units where the owner doesn't have to reside there at all. They just have to have the unit rented out for a period of time of 6 months throughout the year. When you are looking at specific buildings or you're looking at specific units to rent out, it's always a good idea to try to get the bylaws first, just so you can read exactly what the short-term rental bylaws are in that specific building, because they can change. They do change from time to time. So you don't want to go off some old information that you may have found online. Always get the newest bylaws you can from the listing agent, and your agent that's representing you as the buyer's agent, they can get that information for you from that listing agent. So before we get into the different buildings that do allow short-term rentals, I'll just go through this quickly here. So these are the steps to obtain a business license. So you can go through all that. The prices that come with the application fee. Parking requirements are a big thing when it comes to short-term rentals, especially if you are using your principal residence or like your single family home. Parking is a huge issue, and they do have the yeses or nos of the acceptable parking or not unacceptable parking. So you can see the different configurations there. and the zoning requirements, and these are the buildings. It does point out to all the current buildings that are in the area. This will change from time to time. This one on Kaposi is a brand new, it's the Aqua building in the Lower Mission. So that's a brand new one there. That'll be primary. I imagine that one to be primarily short-term rentals, just of the nature of the building. It's very resort-like. Parking, bookings, bedrooms, other requirements. So things to consider. And fire plans, evacuation plans, compliance when it comes to the neighborhoods and things like that. And inspection, you'll need an inspection from the city to operate your short-term rental, and information for your guests. And that's pretty much it. You can go through the other bylaws there. And so I highly recommend going through this, downloading it, reviewing it yourself. Now, these are the buildings here. So if you're looking on, say, Realtor.ca, you come across a listing, you're like, oh, I wonder if I can rent this short term. And sometimes it does say in the listing, sometimes it doesn't. You can cross-reference it with it here, or you can always double check with your with your agent to see if that building, maybe it's not on this list and you think it might allow short-term rentals, or you just have a question about it. Just ask, and we can certainly help you out there. Another cool thing here with this is it shows you an actual map, the interactive map. So this is it's kind of convoluted. It's kind of hard to find the actual short-term rental section. And that's one main reason why I made this video, was for this section. And so once you click the map, it'll come up here. You want to click on zoning and land use, and then click the little plus, and then go down, and then you want to go to zoning bylaws 12375. Click on that, and then just so it doesn't show everything. Just unselect everything except for short-term rental exemptions. And then you can scroll in, and actually, let's go to. I'll show you the legend first. So those three, what are they called? The short-term rental, the bylaws, and the exemptions. So the principal use, again, just what I said earlier, principal use, principal, but with 6 month restriction, permitted non-conforming. These always change or can change in the bylaws in the building. So some might be, you might only be able to rent it for a week, and those bylaws might change to, 1 or 2 days. So you always want to get those current bylaws from the strata. But yeah, this is a really cool map. You can see the different colors here. So this is the Aqua one I was just talking about. This is Mission Shores. This is Playa here. But yeah, highly recommend you go through this, especially if you're looking at the different ones on Realtor.ca. It does have the addresses too. So this is 3477 and 3499, the building on Lakeshore there, right on the corner of Richter and Lakeshore. And it doesn't show West Kelowna. You want to go to the West Kelowna, the city of their site, to find the different areas there that allow it. So if you have any questions about short-term rentals in Kelowna, I'd love to help you out. You can leave a comment down below, or you can reach out to me directly, calling, texting even, or email. Or if you want to book an actual appointment with me, there is that link down below. I really do appreciate you watching my video. If you did get any value out of it, please consider subscribing and dropping a like so more people like you can see this video as well. Thanks so much. Have a good day.